The reason that we're here today is we've been having some workshops on store management. Today, we want to talk about a little bit of the differences that you find that you focus on specifically for the food aspect of your store.
I am actually the only manager, but I do have an assistant, but I manage both food service and Seaside, the convenience part as well. I'm going to be honest with you. I was an all subs manager for 11 years. So we've always had a food service,
Okay.
the fried food or whatnot. But this is more of a restaurant. So we have Blue Taco and we have Hunt Brothers Pizza and Wings.
Nice.
So Blue Taco is on the lines of a Chipotle convenience store style.
Okay.
You get your choice of rice, beans, meat, tacos, quesadillas, burritos, and whatnot. But
Okay.
it has more of a restaurant feel menu than your average convenience store where you have a roller grill or a fried burrito. I'm going to be honest with you. They've made it super easy to have good quality food. There's not a whole lot of prep that goes into it or cutting your own vegetables. I think we cut onions and bell peppers. That's about it. But they just made it really simple, a simple food service. And Blue Taco is also very simple.
So, all right. So, but once it's simple, but when you bring somebody in and you're hiring, if you've got a cashier and you have no food in the restaurant, or you're going to put them behind the food line, do you look for something different in that person that's working there?
I'm going to be honest with you, Tom, I cross-train all of my employees. They know how to run the register on the C-Store side, and they know how to do food service as well. It's just easier to cross-train everybody.
I love that concept, but that's more work on the management, right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Well, it's more work up front, but I guess you get the benefit on the backside.
Here's the benefit. You have an employee that comes in and they want to, let's say they're used to running the register. That's their main side they work on, but they're not having a very good day. So my cook is able to flip flop with them, whoever's going to provide the best customer experience on the register, basically. So I kind of let them choose, like, oh, you know what, Tom, I don't really feel like running the register. You want to take that today? So they're cross-trained so that if one's having a bad day, the other one can go over to the food service side where it's not quite so many people to handle. But that's why I cross-train, because not everybody wants to be the light of customer service every day. You know what I mean?
What is it about food that makes the job tougher when you're dealing with the people? You know, is there a difference between scanning the cigarettes and the Coke cans and things like that and prepping the food?
Well, I mean, there's not much different. Customer service is customer service. Okay. So you got to be friendly. You got to be your best face forward. And it's hard, but as an employee or as a boss, you always have to tell your employees, whatever's happening at your house, you have got to leave it at the door. When we walk in, this is our 8 hours of customer service. You know what I mean? The restaurant side, of course, nobody is very familiar with Blue Taco. Okay. So you automatically have a way in to communicate with your customer. Like, here, let me give you the rundown. We've got burritos, tacos, quesadillas. There's always a foot to open up, especially with Blue Taco, because it's not very known. It's not very seen in convenience stores. Now, if I had your normal chimichanga or burrito, of course, they're going to know what they want. I want that burrito right there. But, we always have a way to open up discussion with our customers on food service because they're not used to it. You know what I mean?
So you're saying that having something new that's not well understood by you on an interstate where you have travelers coming through?
Yeah, I'm on Highway 287.
So when they're coming in, that's actually an advantage instead of a disadvantage?
Absolutely. I can talk up a quesadilla to anybody.
All right, I know you can. I'm sorry, Alexya, I know you can, but you got that shy high school student. Are you only going to hire people like yourself to go work behind the line?
I try. Let's put it like that. I try real hard.
But there's only so many Lexys out there. So what do? You got a tight market. You got somebody that's maybe a little shy. Does that mean you're not going to give them the job?
Absolutely not. We'll train them how to be outspoken. Come on now, Tom. It's
I
all in the
know.
training. It's all in the training.
Well, I love that, but that can be our downfall, right? So if we're out there and we just always see the best in people, that's really pretty awesome, right? But how do you deal with that in the reality of it, where you've got such a bubbly personality? What if it's do you have high school students that work there, or people that first jobs, things like that?
I have one younger gal. She's 18. I hire for dependability. You know what I mean? A single
So
mom is very dependable.
so you're saying that you love those opportunities where people need the employment. Maybe they don't have exactly the perfect home life, and you can fit that in. But that's just like the other part of what we were talking about. With that strength comes a negative, right? Because the kid gets sick, right?
And they do get sick, but you kind of just roll with it. I don't know how else to explain it.
If you were gonna take a young manager, it's been there 6 months, he's got food, he's coming into the new store. Maybe he was the top cashier and he's gradually moved his way up. Now, okay, it's your first month on the job, you are the manager, and you've got this food over there. What's the one thing you're gonna tell him to remember in that first month on the job?
Cleanliness is key. The cleaner your restaurant, the more likely you're going to get a return customer. Clean restaurants also breed good food. Rotation of your food is also key. Just make sure you date everything. Dates are essential, but mainly, I mean, I'm a stickler for cleanliness.
Which, when you share the points with your employees, which ones do they seem to respond to the most?
I'm gonna honestly say the teamwork and alignment. I walk around my store like teamwork makes the dream work, you guys. Teamwork is key. You know, I'm all about teamwork, and you know, my people are very supportive of each other. And I'm telling you, this is probably the only convenience store I've had where my workers come in when they're not supposed to be here. You're like, why are you here? They're like, oh, just to say hi. Go home, you guys. But anyways, team alignment and accountability is always key. I'm telling you, my employees know that they're accountable for their shift, their cigarettes, their money, their lotto. But I am a stickler for accountability. This was a really good book, you guys.
What's the hardest thing about growing the food sales on the food side for you?
Hardest part of growing the food sales, probably getting everybody as amped up as I am about food service, trying to get the morale of your people up. Like I said, Blue Taco was new to the convenience store realm. It wasn't a roller grill or anything like that. These are true blue burritos and tacos, so it's really different. Especially a lot of my cooks came from like Sonic, where all they do is read a screen, make the food, and go about. So trying to teach your cooks to have customer service skills is probably about my hardest thing.